Okay.
I'm so excited for this.
Okay.
Right, so
okay. Sweet. Okay. This already looks like it's like we're playing Doom or something.
Where was that sheet just now?
Get her on the
Zach,
show. Mom was on the show. It was episode 100. It was with Mom. What do you mean get her on the show?
Zach, is this a website or like an app? Like you have to download something?
It's a wolf.game. So that's their website. And then you connect your wallet to it. I think you could still probably see some of this stuff without connecting your wallet. But this is Wolf Game. So it originally started, I think it feels like a long time ago. I think it was like December. As one of like the first like Risk type games. I don't know if you guys remember it. There was wolves and sheep that were minting, and then they generated a certain amount of wool each day. Some of it would get taxed and given to the wolves as like their steak for not eating the sheep. And there were supposed to be other games and stuff being built out. Beanie was a huge early supporter of it, which is partially why I think a lot of people don't remember it very well anymore, is because when all that drama went down with Beanie, he kind of took a lot of the projects that he had supported down with it. And Wolf Game like temporarily went way down. Everybody sold off all of their stuff. They didn't want to be associated with it. But Wolf Game kept building. And throughout this bear market over the last month, I mean, I honestly have been trying to disconnect a little bit, but this is the one game that I keep coming back to every day. I play it twice a day. It usually takes, depending on how many animals you have, I have about, I think, 7 animals. It takes me like 30 minutes maybe to get through a full stretch with my animals. But just super engaging, super fun, not stuff that you usually see from like the blockchain type games that we're used to. So definitely a breath of fresh air.
Can you just play it? Can you play it? Zach, can you play it?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Yeah.
Show.
So let me preface this by saying that this is not the full game. This was like a mini game that Shepard, who is like the lead dev or whatever, he created to both as a burn mechanism and to kind of be like a runway until the full game is launched. So this is the caves. Recently we got access to these maps so you can see where certain things are, but it's a static image. So these aren't updated. So someone might have already come around and picked up like this gem here. And these are people call them shinies. This is what contains either wool, it can contain gems, it can contain Pac-Man. All sorts of other things that are selling.
It looks like Pac-Man. But what do you do, man? You go and pick it up, or?
Holy shit, that map is huge.
You think that, yeah, this is gigantic.
You have to walk around this whole map? Like this is what you do for 7 minutes? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. So let me get back here. So I'm like currently all the way on the edge here. But basically you go up and down. I've been following the map. So like it's not going to be as fun to watch right now because we're literally on the last day of Cave Game. So Shepard, in preparation for the game being over, kind of turned off deposits. And people use wool to purchase like items that can make you see farther in the cave or make things easier for you. So right now, pretty much everyone is going with no tools. So this is like a blind straight line. If I had other tools, you'd be able to see the left or the right, see a little bit more, you know. So this is going to be a little difficult, but we can just walk through and kind of walk and hope we hit a shiny here. See, so we hit a shiny on the first one. That one was still there. So we're going to dig it here. 134 wool. So that's the first one. So wool is about 7 cents each. So like this guy's found 13,000 wool throughout the time I've been playing Cave Game. And basically you just walk around here. There's pickaxes that you could buy before that you could break down walls, but it's a lot of strategy to not get boxed in. This green shows where people have already walked. So orange means that there's been like more than one animal that's been there. So you really want to get into areas where there's not a lot of people. It's just a little bit of strategy. It's very simple, but a little bit of strategy. So I'll keep walking here. Hold on, let's get recentered.
Cool. I'm
fascinated by this, man. I don't really know what's going on, but
I just can't believe, like we've always said, we joked about this morning too. It's like I always say, it's like there's all these people being like, we're building a game too, and then it's like, okay, where's the game? And it's just like a lot of these projects are like, we're gonna build a AAA game, which takes like years to do. Like that is so hard to do. And this is one of the first times I've actually seen that it's like actually a game. And I don't mean like, you know, we were talking about this morning too, that it's like Cool Pets was such a disappointment because it was like Quest, but it was like you literally just clicked a button, nothing happened, and it just gave you like whatever reward. Whereas this is like an actual strategic game that you have to play. That is which is also very reminiscent of games we played on like Super Nintendo kind of thing. right? Like it's so it's simple in that way, but then obviously like the game theory is the hard part.
And I wish I would have been able to show this to you when it was like there were still items and stuff, because there's a little bit more to the game than usual. This is kind of like the simple core of what it is. So I had used my sheep earlier, so I only had a little bit of energy left. So usually you get 100, and it like refills during the day. So I think every like 10 minutes you get 1 energy. So it really limits you, so you can only play once or twice a day.
This is wild, man.
Dude, I love this.
How much are sheep selling for?
Here we go. So this is another thing that I like. That gives me Top Shot vibes. There's been a lot of like third-party type building. So someone like coded this whole site that constantly updates all the prices of everything in the Wolf game ecosystem. So sheep are down here. So the floor is about 1 ETH, a little under.
A black sheep is 1.89. Wow.
This is another fascinating thing is the merch. So instead of doing a normal merch drop like other NFT projects, Shepard hid the merch within the caves. So sometimes when you land on a shiny, you'll land on a hoodie or something. And because they're scarce and like nobody can get them except for if you find them in the caves, they've been like selling for like good prices. So like the hoodie right now is 0.36 ETH, which is pretty crazy to think about. But
so the hoodie is something you just find in the cave?
Yeah. So I think I've found one of each of the merch so far. I found, I think 7 gems. So some people have been finding the big mamas and the big daddies, which are like the best ones you could find. Or I don't know if there's actually like any evidence that they're going to be the best, but people have like gravitated towards them. So that's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
That is definitely designated to be the best, man. You don't make an item like Big Daddy and it looks like that, and it's not going to be something worth something.
I mean, these are selling for these prices, and here's Big Mama. So, and these are basically how you determine if your farmer is going to be rare. So I haven't even gotten to the farmers yet, but there's farmers and land, which haven't had any use yet, but they're going to be in the full game. But farmers are basically going to be the profile pictures of Wolf game. And land is supposed to be used in the full game, where you'll be able to like have resources, kind of giving me other side vibes of like they might be able to yield some sort of resource, so you'll be able to use it to accumulate wool, things like that. So we're still waiting on the farmer reveal, but people who find gems in the cave can partner that with the farmer to basically ensure that you get a rare farmer, because these 6 traits are like the rare farmers that you can find.
Right.
Dude, this is crazy.
Wow. So Zach, can you tell us again, if we want to get started, like this game is ending, right? That's what's happening. Okay. And then so what's next? What's next for the project then?
So I would say if you want to get in, like accumulating some things, either sheep, even wool or land or farmers, will set you up nicely for the full game, which should be released sometime in the next week or two. Some people think it'll be released sometime around NFT NYC. And there might be another mini game in between, but based on how awesome Cave game was and how much people are into it, like I'm really excited to see where the full game goes. So I am super bullish on this project.
Cool. So to start, you're going to need a sheep, and then
So the top tier is wolves for sure, from everything they've told us, and sheep are kind of like the second tier. We don't really know how farmers are going to play into it, but they're supposed to like influence how your land is cultivated. So like having a farmer on there will make you yield more resources, something like that. And then you'll need liquid wool throughout the game. We're not sure what it'll do yet though.
Right. Okay. Very cool, man. Well, that's great. Well, I mean, congrats on finding some items and stuff like that, and kind of keep, sticking to this and playing this whole time, because I had no idea this was going on.
Yeah.
It's just pretty wild.
It's honestly it's really a close-knit, like really cool community. And I feel like a lot of people just wrote off Wolf game after Beanie, and they kept building, and the community just kind of fostered. And like G Money is very involved in it, and he just airdropped that Admit One NFT. I don't know if you guys saw that. His version of like the proof ecosystem. He airdropped that to everyone who was staking in his cave for Cave game. So they got like a free 18 ETH airdrop pretty much, which was crazy.
Wow. Dude, that's awesome, man. Okay, well, something to think about for people who might have the funds, because obviously something to watch, and then also something to maybe save a bit of cash for when the full game comes out, if you want to get in on the stuff. Zach, thanks so much, man, for the walkthrough. That's really great. I like doing little segments like this where we get a little walkthrough of something that we know people are playing, or I guess at least people are into. But